I'll handle things from here on.
Can you hear me? They are already looking for you. Relax. Your implants are still adjusting to the software. I'm in a prison. I can calibrate only your basic protocols from in here. It'll have to suffice for now.
All right, so far this game is very good as well. Um, I'm not sure what I was going to expect from this. I heard good things about it, but I wanted to see for myself. The movement, the default for the movement is very good, but it's a little too sensitive. The simple fact that it has animation for moving the weapons, just for the hell of having animations when playing with the weapon. The different settings are good. The button rollovers are good. When you press on a button to actually do a move, it does it automatically. So if I walk and I hold down, he stays in the slide. But if I regular walk in without walking, let's see, where's dash? I guess I haven't unlocked dash yet. So far the game is very good. I like the animation as well. The music sounds great as well.
A trespasser spotted at Metro Station.
This is bad. You'll have to fight your way out of here. The uprising is finished. Keymaster has won. Air ducts lead to another sector. Your software is a mess. I've rebooted your acceleration module. You should be able to squeeze through that turbine. You can use acceleration while in the air.
Yeah.
trespasser is in the air ducts.
Careful now. They'll be waiting for you. Initiating the sensory boost. Focus. Stay focused and go for the kill. Well done, but you won't last long in this state. You have to get me out of prison so I can get your software in order. I'm being held outside this dome zone. Follow the pipes to get out in the open. Use the surfaces to your advantage.
Alright, so the only thing I don't really like so far in the game is the fact that this dude has no blocking skills. Like every game in history has a blocking skill. Or something to use in order to block an attack. Or to counter an attack. This dude don't seem to have any counters or any blocks. I mean, I don't understand the reason to not have it, unless dashing is equivalent to a block. If you're giving infinite dashes, then that makes sense. There's no blocking, there's just dashing. So if that's the case, then that's the situation. Not sure if that's the case, but not sure if that's good when dudes can literally one-shot you with a shotgun. It means this dude is weak right now. and he needs to be modded, which is fine. The only gripe I have with regards to the game is the fact that there's no form of blocking whatsoever at all. Like anyone realistic or fictional would use something to block an attack or to counter it. Maybe that's just this game's appeal. It doesn't need block, you have to dash through everything. So hopefully that'll catch on, otherwise, you know, it'll become quite annoying. So I'm only gonna play this for about 30 minutes, other than the time I was already playing it for. About the same time I played Brok the Investigator. It's a different type of game, different type of appeal, but at least the configurations and the buttons, the music and everything's working. Everything is working perfectly just the way it should. I'm not so sure about not having a form of counterattack or a block in the game. It's a good idea. But that's about the only bad thing I could say with regards to the game. And probably the fact that you have to turn the brightness from the game all the way up. So unlike Brok, you didn't have to turn the brightness, so they adjusted the brightness properly. I'm not sure if it has something to do with the type of, whatever type of, let's say they're using Maya or After Effects to enhance the visual appeal of the game. Whatever it is, in games like Evil Within 2 and games like From Software games, they all seem to have this one problem, and it's they don't know how to adjust lighting. Same in Control. It's like they don't understand how the lighting works, so people have to constantly adjust the lighting and shadows in order to see things, which is always the problem with any game, because people seem to think that everyone's going to be playing on the same type of monitor. You should always playtest a game on the shittiest monitor you can find, and test it on the best monitor you could find, and on the medium monitor that you could find. For both computers, both HDMI screens, and for mobile, 3 different types. If you only do it for PCs and not for monitors with HDMIs, then you're not actually thinking about what the people are going to see. Offering them the ability to increase the brightness is okay, but the adjustment with regards to brightness is always something that's important in a game. So for right now, I'm gonna not give them a point off or consider that a bad thing with regards to the game, because I just adjusted it, but I had to turn the brightness all the way up. I had to turn the brightness all the way up, and it's still dark in certain areas, so that's not good at all. So if the dashing is the appeal to the game, equivalent to a block, then that's fine, but the brightness has no excuse. It's ridiculous to turn the brightness of a game all the way up. It means that they didn't adjust it, so the brightness is about the only issue I have with this game. Sometimes, you know, the best games are the games that you just would never consider, or games that are good are the games you never consider, like Brok the Investigator. It's a game that I didn't even think was going to be good because it's in 2D animation. So far, I didn't have no bitches or gripes with regards to this game. And then there are games like this, which are to level of not AAA, but like AA. And yet they have simple issues with regards to lighting and shadows. So this is the nature of if you think like hot new game or something that's AA or AAA is better than something that's just A or even B, then you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're only in your own little world.
Slide to gain speed. These sewers It's only a matter of time before they breach the doors to my cell. Find me before they get inside.
There's another thing I would say with regards to the game is that it's way too sensitive. I try to change the sensitivity down. I'll try to change it down, but if you lower it too down, you won't be able to turn fast enough in order to execute an ability. So you won't be able to spin around fast enough. Not sure where I'm supposed to go. Died when I got to the train, so I'm not supposed to land on the train. I don't mind the difficulty, but I need to like know exactly where I gotta go. If I'm not supposed to jump on the train, maybe I am supposed to jump on the train. Nope, not supposed to jump on the train. So let's see, there's a platform over here. I'll go over there, I did that before. Is it over here? No. Or over here? No. Or maybe all the way up. I mean, I have a feeling I have to jump on this and then jump on this and then go somewhere, but it's not showing any wall at the back. I mean, I don't get it. The others made sense. Is there something I'm supposed to latch on to? Try again.
Dome on lockdown.
Then we'll unlock the doors.
Okay, I don't. Here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about a game that's all you have to do is parkour most of the times. I know it's called Ghostrunners. You run against walls and stuff in order to do objectives. But if the main objective of the entire game is to parkour off walls, that might get a little annoying after a while. If that's all you're doing. So, I'm not sure how I feel about the game yet.
Tenants found outside their homes will be considered part of the rebel forces and treated as such. Tenants found outside their homes will be considered part of the rebel forces and treated as such.
What the hell? All tenants are to remain in their homes. Lockdown lifted.
Go.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the game yet. It's way too early to decide that it's good or it's bad. Um, so far, I don't mind not having block as long as I have dash. I do mind, however, increasing the brightness of the game all the way to the max because they couldn't adjust the game. Um, and I'm not so sure how I'll feel about playing the entire game, just parkouring over things all the time just to complete objectives. Um, it's fine, but I'm not sure if it's going to appeal to me. Just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Um, I mean, if I do stuff like Deus Ex, if I have guns, if I could shoot, but if all I'm doing is just using different variations of a sword and parkouring, um, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe if I grab grappling hook, maybe if I get inside mechs, who knows? But if it's just that one thing all the time, not sure if I'm gonna really enjoy it. So this is iffy. I would say um, wait and then watch someone else's full playthrough, or at least half of their playthrough, and decide whether you like this type of game or not. Because this definitely is not going to appeal to everyone. Um, it's a sense of difficulty, which means kids aren't going to really like it. Um, it's a sense of repetitiveness, which can become annoying over a certain period of time. Um, and there's no real story in it, which it doesn't have to be. So this is really a preferential type one rather than Brok the Investigator, which is more like for everybody. So this is more preference towards those who want a specific type of gaming experience. It's good. It's very different. And it's awesome. The music is awesome. But I would say this is not like top um, A plus territory game or even a territory game unless the additives with regards to shield, with regards to um, resources, with regards to how you do dashes and how you do combat, if those things increase, then I could see this being like an A minus at best, A or A minus at best, which means 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4. But anything 9.5 or high. In fact, I cannot see this being like even in the 9.4 territory based on what I'm seeing. I see the most you could get out of this game based on this is an A minus. Because if parkour is its bread and butter, then it has to do more than just what I'm seeing. So who knows? Right now, I would say this is like mid-tier level game, but depend on what I'm offered going midway. I would say it becomes. I would buy something like Brok more than something like this, simply because I could decide how to play in that game, whereas I'm restricted to playing how this game wants me to play. So yeah, this is a better game than that game because this is more three-dimensional stuff. But like I said, that does not dictate that a game is better than because it's more money is invested in it, more money is invested in it, and um, it has better animations, better graphics, and it has better mechanics with regards to parkour, fighting, and so on and so forth. That's not what dictates that a game is better. Everything working in the game for what the game is dictates that a game is better. If the game says this is what I am, and then based on what it says it is, and everything works within its universe for what it is, then it's good for what it is. But if a game says it's what I am, and everything that doesn't work in its universe for what it is, such as you have to worry about the brightness and balance the brightness and shadows because people didn't do it, then that's something you have to consider. And factors regards, does this game appeal to everyone else? Only appeals to a certain demographic. You also have to consider those things as well. So this is a game that's not going to be for everyone. So a game like this, I wouldn't put above Brok the Investigator, but a game like Brok the Investigator, I wouldn't put above this because this is more action game for those who want specific actions rather than something more simple that anyone can play. People will pay for this before they pay for Brok the Investigator, let's be real. But as a good overall game that's seems to be polished for what it is. It seems Brok is far better than this, even though this has more going for it. Like I said, a lot of money going into a game, AAA, AA, doesn't matter. A simple game can be more enjoyable to someone than something like this if you make the person who's playing it struggle to try to balance off your game for you, such as brightness and shadows, such as you having the same mechanics doing over and over again. So as an introduction in a demo, you want to give the person who's going to buy the product everything they need to know about the game in the demo from the moment they start playing. For the first 5 minutes of the game, they need to know everything that's in the game for the first 5 minutes. Not even the first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes. If they're playing the game for the first 5 minutes and they don't feel anything with regards to the game, then there's something up with that. And if they're saying, well, you're going too slow, this is a fast-paced game, you have to, your idea of 5 minutes is someone's idea of 1 minute. Well, that's where the balancing effect needs to be placed. Not everyone's going to go fast. If you don't consider that, then this game is not made for everybody. So that's what I gotta say with regards to this. I'd say this is mid-level game, a slightly above mid-level. In fact, I would say it's slightly above mid-level, but it's not high level. It's not like something to the level of Witcher 3 or Horizon Forbidden West. I know a lot of people would disagree with that, but like, listen, the first 5 minutes of Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West, everything worked far better than it did in here. I didn't have to adjust any graphics. A lot of people showing that game, but if you think about that game's fight mechanics is in Horizon Forbidden West is better than a lot of AAA games fight mechanics. Not regards to what mods you can modify it and summons you could do. Those are MMO RPGs. The people that update those things every 3 months, every 4 months, those are continuing games, not one-shot for AAA games. I'm talking games like this that are one-shot games. Those things has to be considered for the first 5 minutes when someone play a game. If a person is interested in the first 5 minutes of a game and you could hook them for the first 5 minutes, then they'll stay interested. If they're not, then they're not going to be as interested. The simple fact that I'm talking about this, that I sound somewhat frustrated, is because the first 5 minutes of this game, there wasn't anything that really hooked me, other than the mechanics is interesting, the parkour is interesting, and the speed of movement in gameplay is interesting. Just three things interest me with regards to the game. Speed of movement with regards to control, the parkour mechanics, and I guess you could say the music. With regards to button configuration and everything, I'd say the button config rollovers is about the same as in Brok. It's just styled differently. This is more techy type. Brok is more increase in size of text type. So the rollovers work in that game equally to it works in this game. And there's something else. I don't know. This game is good, but I have the strange feeling that the parkour is going to be the only thing that's the dominant factor in this game. I don't know how I feel about playing a game where I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, regardless of how difficult the thing that I'm going to do or how easy it's going to be. I know speed is a factor, but it doesn't matter. If I go top speed, Mach speed, if I'm just jumping over things and parkouring over things, I don't know how that would hold up as something that's to my interest. Introduce some guns. If this guy doesn't use guns, then that'll piss me off. If he just uses swords all the time, it'll piss me off. If he doesn't use like attachment and bombs and stuff, if all he does is use modifications for a sword, and this is just a single weapon type game, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. So I would say this is like a good game, but this is like mid-tier level game. I would say if you were to score this game, if it was good and come out in the end as a very good game, the highest you could give this game is in the high 8s. This isn't a game I could see being in the 9s. I mean, if you want to actually give this game something in the 9s, it will be 9.1, 9.2, A minus. But I can't see this game going beyond an A minus. Not, in fact, I can't even see this game going beyond 8.5. To be honest, what I'm seeing based on this demo, I can't see that. So I'm out. I don't need to play it anymore. There's nothing in it to push me on to want to play anymore, other than to see what's on the other side. I'm gonna keep going to see what the story is like for about 5 more minutes, and I'll see if at least the story hooks me. And so far, the voice acting is not that great. It's about average. There's more better voice acting in a 2D game like Brok. So far, it's nothing that's really appealing to me so far. If I want someone to spend their money, just like if I want someone to tell me to spend their money, I will want them to tell me the truth. The graphics is great. The movement is great. The parkouring off stuff is great with regards to skills. The music is great. So, in all truth, there are 4 things with regards to the game that's good so far. But just those 4 things.
Prison towers ahead.
And there's not even a story either, which there doesn't have to be. But if all that I'm told to do is to parkour off stuff, see, from one level I'm parkouring off stuff, and you die in an instant, see, that's interesting. So this is why I say, if this game, I could see this game being in the A minus section, but I can't see it going beyond that in the slightest if all I'm doing is parkouring it all the time. But who knows? The music is the only thing that will hook me with regards to want to keep going. So far, I'd said where I am right now, this game is mid-tier. So I'll call it a day for right now, and probably hop on Warframe.